I don't believe in overtraining. You can only undersleep and undereat. If it's all on the same level, you can't. Think of a scenario. You can't train the size of a quarter and eat the size of a dime. It has to be all quarters. So people globally probably will see this. So you can't train like this and eat like that. That's just not gonna work. You know what I mean? You can't eat like this and train like that. It has to be the same. So you can only undereat, undersleep. Sleeping is very important. I was sleeping 12 hours a day, minimum, sometimes 13. And sometimes even 14 hours.
Was that something you, like now there's a lot of information about the importance of sleep and a lot more research around. At that time, it probably wasn't as top of mind as what it is today with podcasts and things like that. Like, was that just something instinctively you
I had puppy dogs.
Yeah.
I had dogs, and I saw little kids. They always slept, and I figured out they sleep. They both sleep. But puppies, babies, because they're growing. You don't need the internet. Just open your eyes, look at nature. Nature tells you everything. So I saw that, and I thought, sleep is important. So you got to sleep a lot, and I never had injuries, but I know. Without reading, I know injuries also, it's logical to me that your injury healed themselves during the sleep. So I bet if I open up a book and read it, it'll say that. This is logical to me. So if you get injured, you got to sleep a lot. That's how you repair your body. Your body won't repair itself if you're running around. So these things to me were simple and they're all logical. You know, it just made sense. I didn't quite understand what other guys, they would tell me, even today, because my sons are playing football. Oh, they got these special trainers now, these professional trainers, charging all kind of money to train guys. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. So they'll see me and my son training. They go, oh, look at, he's rocking with the weights too much, right? His form is not good. Let me explain something to you. That's all BS. Because let's look at this. Let me give you an example. I like painting pictures. Let's say you're running a quarter. The quarter is a very difficult race. By the time you hit that last 100 yards, that monkey jumps on your back and you get so stiff and you lose your form and you grit your teeth and you're running up and you're dying, but your form is bad. At that point, should the track coach say, oh, you got to stop, you can't run because your form is bad? No. He tells you keep running because eventually it'll go away. You'll get better and stronger. Same thing with rocking with weights. You don't tell a guy not to rock. That's stupid. You have to rock with weights at some point in order to get stronger and to get better. You want that monkey on your back quick. So when I'm training with weights, I try to get the monkey on my back fast. In other words, if I do bench press, I'll do bench press and then jump down and do push-ups. 30 seconds next, 30 seconds, rest. Bench press again, push-ups to failure. That monkey's on your back real quick. You cannot get better unless you get the monkey on your back.
How do you, you train your sons that are, world class, they're in the NFL, and my guess is that they're very valuable to the teams they play for. Also, what you're saying, I get it in bodybuilding. You could sort of argue that, but in that type of sport, argue that you can, for example, rock or cheat or break the form. For example,
you can't argue it. Only if you're an idiot. You can't argue. It's facts.
In performance sport where there could be risk of injuries, do you get a lot of pushback if you're suggesting that you train your sons that way? Oh yeah,
all the time. Pushback from A to Z, from the beginning to now. I told myself, don't listen to them. Listen to me. I won the Mr. Universe. I'm not just a dad. I didn't win the Mr. Universe twice just because I got lucky or I didn't know what I was doing. I know something. So I always tell my boys, you got two choices. One, listen to you, or two, listen to me. And if I were you, I'll listen to me because I've done this thing. So I tell my sons, look, don't let those guys ruin your career. They're doing the best they can, but they don't know what they're talking about. There's a big difference between practice and theory. Theoretically, they read a book, they go to school. I understand that, but it's all BS. They have no clue what they're doing. You got to put the shoes on and walk through hell in order to understand this stuff I'm talking about.
With the form then, so let's say there's a movement and you load the weight to a level where you can't do perfect form and you're having to rock, as an example. So is in your philosophy, do you get them to get comfortable with the weight until they can do that weight with a good form? Do you start with a good form, or are you saying that form?
You start with a good form.
Okay.
Right? And as your muscles get tired, your form's gone. But don't stop there.
Okay, I'm with you. Right.
You push through with bad form or you'll never get better. You start with form. But at some point when that monkey gets on your back, your form is gone because you're trying to survive. And eventually your body will get stronger and stronger. And then you'll get better and better. You cannot improve. Muscle can't grow unless you reach that point of no return. You got to reach that point. Now, keep in mind, everybody got to understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making your muscle, listen carefully, making your muscle grow without steroids. This is what I'm referring to. Without growth hormone. This is what I'm referring to. That's a dying art form. People don't know how to do that anymore. So when you hear guys going against what I said and you look at them and they got 22-inch arms, they're taking a lot of stuff. You can't, I'm talking about naturally. Look, I'm from Compton. When I was bodybuilding, teenage competition, came to Cal State Fulton when I was 18. I think I was like 19 or something, is when the first time I even heard of a steroid. I thought it was a joke. Where I come from, we don't know about that. We never heard of that. Guys come out the penitentiary where I'm from, 20-inch arm, 19-year-old kids. I know because I went to Eric Baker's house and his brother Ronnie had just got out of prison and he let me tape his arms. So I taped his arms. They were 20 inches. He was 19 years old. There's no steroids in the prisons. These guys are just lifting weights. So when I talk, I'm talking about making your muscle grow without steroids. This is a dying art form. This is what I'm referring to.